Another week, another webcast.
Hello, everybody.
How's that? See, we all
How's
made it
that?
through another 7 days.
Another 7 days survived.
Another 7 days survived. That's right. Cool beans. Hope everybody's ready for the rain tonight. It is raining like crazy right here all of a sudden. So
It just got done raining here, but more's on its way.
Yeah, just hopefully nobody blinks out. But if they do, we'll get through it. What's new? Anything? Nothing pressing?
Nothing interesting.
Public service announcements? Nothing?
No spit in the wind.
There you go. Don't tug on Superman's cape.
The attorney place that's shipping.
I saw that. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see
what I still hadn't got a notification. Mine hadn't left yet. I did get King Grayskull. They shipped him separately. Go figure.
That's a little weird.
I guess because if you didn't get in like the first 7 days, he was an early bird. So
he was.
So not everybody got him. It's not like the HasLab where if it gets funds by the early bird, then everybody gets it. They made it specifically. If you didn't fund it them first 7 days, you didn't get it.
Wow.
But it is interesting that they did. Of course, it's the Kevin Smith King Grayskull, not the 2008 Grayskull. But they did put it in a packaging where you can easily just slide this out and take him out of it and put him back in.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, I say that. I don't know. It's got the little plastic ties. So I imagine if you take him out of the ties, that's But anyway, it's kind of a neat. The package is a little neat. And I figured this is probably because I think the last couple of Mattel creations have been in packages like this. So, like I said, you can see where it just slides. You can actually see there.
There it is. Yep.
Slide it. And I figure this is probably what they're going to go to with their Mattel creations because that seems to be what they're doing. And it's disappointing thing is it don't have a way to hang it.
Oh yeah, no.
You don't have a hang tag, so I guess you'd have to get a case to put it in. Which I think you can buy the cases because this should be the same design as the original figures, and I know people sell cases for those, so probably have to get one of them to put it in. But yeah, I got King Grayskull Wednesday or Thursday, but check still no indication that the playset shipped. And what I've seen on a lot of people's got them and they've been damaged. Quite a few people because they're only in one box. It's not like the HasLabs. They put like a shipping box inside a shipping box, and So I have to give Hasbro credit for that. They do package their HasLabs a lot better than Mattel does their stuff. So.
I may be nuts, but it seems to me that the larger the box, the more likely it is to get damaged because they just don't care. They think it's like Wayfair or something. It's a piece of furniture no one cares about because the box is going to get tossed. They don't really pay any attention.
And they know good and well people are going to pay that kind of money for when they're going to keep the box. They probably will open it, but they're going to still keep the box and all. So it's I don't know. That's just weird that they would do that.
I saw one where the top of his box was just completely crushed in.
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably, how big the boxes are, probably 8 inches. His was about 3.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's terrible.
Yeah, so bad. I also saw where a guy said that his brother works for FedEx. He said most of that comes out of the warehouse. He said because the guys in the warehouse just don't care. They just fragile. They'll chunk it across the room, kick it, bust on it, and all kinds of stuff.
That's terrible.
So, I mean, and I've had more problems with FedEx than I have any other. And that DSL, I don't know if y'all got any packages from that DSL shipping group.
I haven't dealt with DSL in forever.
They're terrible.
DSL or DHL?
Might be DHL. I can't remember. It's whoever the post office uses sometimes.
Okay. I'm not sure about that. I know DHL years and years ago we used it at work, DHL. But it's been probably 20 years ago. And I don't even know. Like I said, I don't even know if they're still around or not.
Yeah, I don't. DHL isn't. I had a cousin that worked for them at the airport in Newark City, New Jersey. And he got let go years and years ago. So
well, this must be DSL because it just come It wasn't long ago I got a package that was handled by them.
Yeah.
I did.
As a matter of fact, it was my snow job.
Yeah.
It started out with FedEx and ended come in as that DSL, whatever it was called.
This was in, of course, I got the Night Force tunnel wrap from Walmart.com. Both of them come by FedEx, and both of them neither one of them neither one of them was wrapped in anything. They were just rattling loose in the
Walmart's
box.
terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, the box didn't. Of course, this is in a shipper box, but the box didn't. Of course, I'm gonna open it anyhow. I'm not really worried about the boxes on these, but actually my box is in mint condition. Now, if I'd wanted it in mint condition, it'd probably been beat all up. But,
Yeah, exactly.
And I got this, and I was this close. I need the Snow Serpent being completely caught up, and then now I see where the 60th anniversary figures are hitting stores.
They are. Yep.
I'm like, man, I was this close. To being caught up. So, but yeah, this was one of the last few I needed, and I seen it was on. They had it up on Walmart.com. It was back in stock, so I went ahead and grabbed one because apparently you're never going to see them in the store. I mean, I don't know why a store wants a store exclusive and not put them in the store. It just makes no sense to me. But
stupid.
at least Target do get theirs in the store. They may not stay in there very long. What's that? That's very interesting.
Nancy is not my friend. This is ridiculous. My wife just brought me a plate of those because they're having Super Bowl snacks upstairs. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Super Bowl. There's probably not nobody watching this right now.
What's that?
Tomorrow. Yeah. I guess since I've done showed them to, I might as well go show the other couple of things I got this week. I did.
Hey, Bo Corella. I don't recognize that name. Someone who got a new viewer just popped up on my phone. Bo Corella's watching. Hey, Bo.
Yeah. I picked up the Daredevil over at Wolf's Den yesterday. The Marvel Select.
He looks small in that package, don't he?
He does, but he's got the cross from the comic cover.
Nice.
Kind of as you can see there.
Yep.
And that Abomination, I think Adam in our group, he was talking about how huge that Abomination was, because that Red Hulk in the Beta Ray Bill is pretty doggone huge. But and I done some trading with him. Actually, I left some stuff with him. He's supposed to give me a price on it later, and I'll probably do some more trading with him. But I did trade one thing and went ahead and got that G.I. Joe Foot Locker.
Oh, the cards, yeah.
With the cards and because I still hadn't found my set. I know I got a set somewhere, and it come with a certificate. So apparently there were 10,000 of these made.
Nice.
And this is 2,976, but it's got all 200 cards in there.
Very cool.
I got 199.
What's that?
I've got 199 of them.
Oh, you still? You got
his card nowhere.
Emmeett does have a his card set aside for you, so
yeah.
I know, but it's not in my possession.
No, it's not.
I have one in this house somewhere. I got it from John.
When you meet up with him to get the one he's got, you need to go ahead and bring your set so you can put it in.
I'm going to straight into it.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool if they'd done a Foot Locker of it.
Yeah, it is cool.
And like that, and yeah, he'd had it in there. Now I still got to. I know I got a set somewhere. I cannot find them anywhere.
Was that a Wolf Den?
At Wolf Den, yeah. And that's where I got the Daredevil too. I went ahead. He was actually, I just caught him. He was on his way to Atlanta Con because the Comic Con in Atlanta was this weekend, and he was going to get some stuff signed. He had some, I don't know. Apparently he calls their agents when they're doing shows nearby, and he's able to get in touch with them and get some private signing set up to get stuff signed. So next time I go in there, it'll be interesting to see what all he's got. If he hadn't done sold all of it already.
Cool.
But
yeah, I see he does a lot of sports signings too.
Yeah, that's really what got him going. I mean, he collects action figures and all some, himself, but he was doing the sports and he was actually that's what got him to go ahead and open the store. And then he went ahead, and made it a collectible because he liked toys too. So he went ahead and but he does have a lot of sports cards and sports like signed helmets and things like that. Jerseys and stuff like that. And he's still got that moose, Dave. He's still sitting there with your name on it.
I bet it does too.
He's got the Centaur. Is it the Centaur that half man, half horse. I think.
Yeah.
That Centaur.
Yeah.
He's got one of those, and I don't know. I may see if I can do some trading with him out and get on that because it's pretty cool.
Those figures are amazing,
and it's big. It's huge. It's. I mean, it looks really cool.
When I was down to Sasquatch last time, doing some measurements, he had it had just come in. It had just been set down. They hadn't even had a chance to do anything. It was a big Medusa figure from that line.
Wow.
I'm guessing, boy, it was very, very, very well done. But again, no more lines for me. I just can't do it. I'm gonna get that stupid moose, and I'm gonna get that bear.
Yeah.
But those don't count. Those don't count. That's just the way it is.
You got to have riders for them.
Well, I got riders for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The size of it, Silas and Emmeett, they'll ride it around. I don't know.
I was hoping Rick would have been on tonight to show off that Lobo with the motorcycle or the space cycle or whatever you call it.
The hog, space hog. Yeah, I saw that post the other day too. Good for him. That's a good thing. I don't even know if that's sold out yet. I know that. Speaking of McFarlane, that's a good segue to Mr. Todd, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Right. That's a good segue for that, right? Nice little lead in. What do we got? You son of a... See, this right here is why Todd McFarlane really should be banned from selling all toys, because we're less than 6 weeks from him really, really, really putting the screws to us with that crisis wave, and then he comes out with this. And if you notice, Kyle Rayner's colors match John Stewart and Hal Jordan, which have already been released in the past, and then of course Mr. Kilowog there, which looks absolutely fantastic. And I will tell you, at $70, Amazon exclusive, you're going to get free shipping because almost everybody is a Prime member at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That's a non-issue. And for about 3.5 seconds, people were griping about the price point until somebody pointed out, that's a $40 deluxe figure and a $30 collector figure. That's right on point.
Oh yeah,
that's right on point with his regular prices. So you know what? There you go. I still am not. See, just making it worse, Shane.
You're welcome.
Well, I know it's appreciated.
I'm just trying to keep everybody happy.
Yep. I appreciate it. Yep. That whale you bought for me, by the way, is broken now. So, or it will be immediately after this filming.
What whale? What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Look, this is.
Maybe a little blurry.
I'm undecided. I'm decided.
You are not decided.
I'm just unsure if I'm able. How's that? I mean, it's just
that's better.
It's a great set, and I mean, Kilowog. Who doesn't like Kilowog? I mean, you have to like. You know what? Especially if you're a Joe fan, you have to like Kilowog. It's just. Yep. So that's
I'm impressed with him.
He does kind of remind me of Road Pig.
But he's massive.
Kilowog is a large figure. He is the drill instructor for the Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah.
You poozer. That's his line. He calls everybody a poozer. It's a very cool character. He's from Bolivar Vax. And he is actually a off the charts genius. Physicist, scientist, all that stuff. So he's actually a very cool figure. This one, I don't know, man. I haven't said anything to the War Department upstairs, but I think this one's getting pre-ordered. Supposedly March 31st was the release date I saw from Amazon. So you got time. Just remember, Amazon will do a test charge of like $1 or something on your account.
Mm-hmm.
And then you will pay when it ships. So you don't have to worry about that. You can save up your pennies between now and then. So now that I'm thinking about it, this one will probably be pre-ordered when I get off here tonight. So I just have to use my wife's Amazon account because she's the Prime member. So
Yeah, that's what I have to do too.
Yep. So
I'm supposed to be on the wife's Prime membership, but somehow I got kicked off and offer.
oh, I know exactly how I got kicked off hers. She did. Oh yeah, I know exactly what happened. Mystery solved. You're out of here. No, not ordering any more stuff without me. Okay. So that, and I was sticking stuff in her cart, and she'd go to check out real quick. That was a trick there, huh? Just stick things randomly in her cart, and then she goes to check out real quick when she gets back to it. And the next thing you know, like, what is this? Oh, well, jeez, they sent it by accident. What a coinkydink. All right. That only worked like never. I just love it. I'm sorry. I love it. People are still complaining about the diaper on these figures. But I got to tell you, it works. I mean, they work for articulation. So
they travel a long way through space. They have to.
They do. Yeah.
They have to be prepared.
Right. Well, it depends on which planet they're headed to. So
depends.
Yeah, depends. Yeah, depends.
All right. Stop.
I bet there's not many gas stations in front here and there.
There's probably not. No.
So,
but I love this set. This is an awesome set, and I got to tell you, it's very fitting that Amazon gets that. I mean, it's cool. I mean, even Kilowog's power battery is immense compared to the other ones, so it works out very good. So
I guess if we're heading to the Rise of the Star Trek, Rise was the like the vacation planet. I suppose I could probably get pampered there.
All right, that's enough. This is a serious show. This is a very serious subject matter. Christopher Palmer is watching. Timothy's watching. Thanks, guys. Corey's still on here. Of course, Nancy, our head cheerleader. Awesome. I know there's probably others that are watching elsewhere, but I'm not getting notified of you guys. But anyways, Tim, Bo, Christopher, thanks for watching. Let's do something now. What are we doing now? Let's go. What else have we got to show? Let's show some new stuff.
Let's get these out of the way real quick.
Yeah. Transformers.
Page punchers.
These are page punchers. Right, exactly. These are 3-inch figures, right? 5 points of articulation, right? Or 6. They're saying 6 points.
Because their head moves, I guess.
Okay, so you got to
in their waist area.
Okay, well that's cool, right? These were, I'm not sure about the Transformers ones. Maybe you guys know. These were selling fast.
Oh, they're sold out on Hasbro Pulse.
So yeah. Hey, there's some lightning for you.
Yeah, I heard that.
Did you?
Wow.
That was really close. That was really close.
I thought Shane had started the intro again when it sounded. Like, what happened?
No, that sucker was really close. That was right over by the school. The cool thing about these is 2 comics per pack. You don't just get one comic like the previous page punchers. You get a comic per character, which is very cool.
And it also comes with a stand for those comics.
Yes, which is very cool too.
You can, from what I've seen, you can put the comics back to back in the stand.
Yep.
And then you can have one figure on each side where they can stand also.
Do you guys remember when that was actually a big thing back in the early 90s? That when figures really started to get big, that you could buy the stands for your comic, and then put the related figure in front of it. Now there's so many figures, I don't know if it's really practical, but back then it was actually kind of cool. So this, and Todd would go back to something that was early in his career in comics anyways. I think it's a great idea. It's a cool little retro idea, really.
If they're as well done, I saw some page punchers the other day, the latest line that's come out. and they actually do look a lot better than the first ones they put out.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm still on the fence about them. But from what I'm understanding, you won't buy these in the stores. They're going to be like
I have heard the same thing that they're not going to be right. They're not going to be at
really?
retail.
You'll only be able to buy them online. It's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true.
I don't either.
Hold me to that. So
yeah, I've heard the same thing though.
Now these next ones sold out quickly.
Yeah.
Every one of these sold out very quickly. Which the Cobra Commander to me looks really good.
He actually does. Yeah.
That's a 3-inch figure. Mm-hmm. Now the Crimson Guard.
I don't. A lot of black there.
Don't like the white chest plates.
Yeah.
It is and all, but all the black.
It looks a little low. It looks like it should be a little higher on his chest.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
And maybe just a hair smaller.
These did sell out really quick on Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah.
Really quick. I mean, they went quick. I don't know if they had low numbers because McFarlane is actually the one leading this thing, this line here. So they may have got low numbers and just sold out quicker, but man, these went way faster than the Transformers did.
Well, and two, you got the action figure collectors buying them and the comic book collectors.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean,
now these are reprint comics.
Yep.
Right.
So. Yep. And let's face it, G.I. Joe of any toy line has the longest. And I mean toy line. I'm not talking about Marvel Legends or DC. I'm just toy line. They have the oldest connection with comic books of any of the others, so it makes sense. This is a match made in heaven, so to speak. That comics and figures go together.
And I tell you, don't undersell them because of reprints. Because Toy Biz, when Toy Biz did the Marvel Legends, they put out that Spider-Man 2099. It was a KB exclusive. And it was a reprint of Spider-Man 2099 #1, but the cover, it had the cover was a little different on it. Mm-hmm. And that thing, if you can find one in mint condition, you're talking to $300.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
For it goes for more than the original comic.
Yeah, I believe it. I have to say, of the 4 figures, of the 8 figures, I got to say this: the Duke is the least impressive to me.
I agree.
This one, he's just kind of. I think
if they'd have left the vest off, it'd have been a lot better.
Yeah, and let's face it. To be fair, he's the only character that doesn't have either a metal or a masked face.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, this 3-inch scale is tough. Let's face it. I mean, that's small.
Mm-hmm.
Zoom in and see how, it's going to be awful hard to get a good shot of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look great.
It's not great, but
but if you look at the snake eyes, my bad. If you look at the snake eyes, it looks good because there's nothing there but the mask.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. It's much easier to do. His suit looks very detailed.
And I'm wondering if the sword comes out because
I don't know.
His right hand is made to hold it.
Yeah,
that's what I was wondering if his sword, because Duke doesn't look like he comes with anything.
No,
it doesn't look like it does. No,
I don't think they come with any accessories.
But again, for the record, I can't prove it one way or the other, but I have heard the same thing that Shane heard, that these won't be at retail.
Also, that's just talk right now.
Yeah.
So, don't hold us to that.
Right.
We don't claim to know it all, just some of it.
Right. I know just enough to know that I don't know.
Exactly. Both of these heads look good on them.
Yeah. And the proportion on these figures look good. So looking at the arm pose for Cobra Commander, it looks very, very similar to Snake Eyes. I wonder if there's just not some minor retooling between those two figures.
I agree.
different hands, of course, but I mean, even the stance looks the same. So,
well, and Duke and the Crimson Guard kind of.
It does, don't it?
A little bit, yeah. And the Transformers, they look They look good to me.
Yeah, boy, Megatron is absolutely enormous. Look at the size of that Megatron
Yeah.
compared to Prime. I mean,
Yeah.
really big. That for a 3-inch figure, boy, he's 4 inches wide.
Every bit of it.
Um,
If you count the gun or the scope.
yeah. So yeah. Well, I guess we'll see, right? I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing them at retail as long as they don't sit at retail.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't. I mean, I'd give it a shot if I was them because I think the Joe, especially the Joe stuff, is going to sell better.
I am really surprised they did Wheeljack instead of Soundwave.
Yeah,
or Starscream.
Yeah, I was thinking another Decepticon would have been good with them.
Yeah, because the Joe, you got 2 Joes and 2 Cobras, so you'd think you'd have two
Autobots.
Autobots. Yeah, that's weird. That's a weird choice there. But
well, let's face it. Most of the time, Megatron was beating the crap out of 4 or 5 Autobots anyway. So, but I do like that they come with 2 comics.
Yeah,
and these were what, 1999? I think they were.
Oh no, they're not that. They were under 15, weren't they?
Oh,
I think 14.
Yeah,
I had it pulled up. Or let me see if I still got it on here. $16.99 on Hasbro Pulse.
Oh, okay. So there you go. Travis Higgins is watching. Hey, Travis.
So yeah,
what's up, guys? Good to have all y'all on watching.
Yeah. I was going to say I applaud them for watching us instead of Super Bowl, but really San Francisco and Kansas City. I mean, there's not. It's not.
I don't know. When I came downstairs, San Francisco was up. So
it was a 3-0 ball game last time I checked.
Yeah, same here.
I saw a thing here a couple of weeks ago that had a picture of the United States and it had the little bitty red square for Kansas City, little red square for San Francisco, and it said the people who really care about the game, and it's of course them with only 2 red spots. The rest of it was grayed out. The whole country. It said, "Can they both lose?"
Just a quick update. It's San Francisco 10, Kansas City 3 at halftime.
There you go. So still anybody's game.
Yes, sir. And Kansas City's going to pull it out probably. Because they can't break the Taylor Swift.
Oh, Lord. Jeez,
storyline going on here.
Oh,
yeah.
So cool. All right, right now. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, there we go. Hydro Man.
It's 2-pack from Marvel Legends. I like that Hydro Man. I've never really seen him before because I'm not, Marvel guy or anything, but it's pretty cool looking.
Yeah. He's a Spider-Man villain from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if Hydro Man and Sandman hang around together, do you get Mudman? Cool. That's a nice looking Daredevil figure.
Daredevil was good. Really good.
It's got the what they call it, the film shading, cell shading.
Cell shading, is that what they call it?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's based. Apparently they fought in one of episodes of the Spider-Man animated series back in the 90s.
Yeah,
and this is based off that episode.
So he's not completely translucent, is he?
No,
but pretty close.
Pretty close.
I don't know if you'd tell well, honestly, I mean, would you, if you saw that without the packaging and didn't know who he was, would you say that was water or ice?
I'd probably say it was ice, so I didn't know who it was.
I kind of would too. But
here's the packaging for it, though. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Of the comic. Nice. It's like a VHS box.
Right. Very cool.
That's pretty cool. I like that. Really nice.
I do like the boxes they're putting those in.
Yeah.
They done the X-Men and all those too, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. I mean, boy, these translucent figures have come a long ways, haven't they?
Oh yeah.
It's like a big jump rope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Daredevil's a really good looking figure.
It is. They did a good job.
Like a Marvel person,
Very cool. Now, is this an exclusive of any kind, or just?
I think it's just retail, probably, or maybe an exclusive. I didn't ever.
It's
Or
I don't know. Let me see. It may be a Pulse exclusive. I'm not sure. Let's see. They don't say exclusive on there, so.
so it's not an exclusive.
Yeah, usually it's plastered all over the place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jason Adams. Hey, Jason.
But it is cool. They are cool. Really, really cool.
Yeah, they did a comic accurate Hydro Man with the back when the second Spider-Man movie come out, Far From Home.
Oh yeah,
and it was basically just his arms were water, and you had these attachments you could put on his feet that were water.
I'm not seeing it being exclusive to anywhere.
Yeah, it don't say exclusive on.
Cool. So check. Keep an eye out at your local Target, because more than likely you'll see them there before you do at your local Walmart. So,
or GameStop,
or GameStop. Sure. Yeah, that's true too. They seem to be moving a lot of Marvel Legends. So,
yeah, I've found more new stuff at GameStop in the last 3 or 4 months than I have it anywhere. Problem is they just get what they send them, and they may send them one wave one time, and that's all they ever get.
It.
Right.
I got that from the horse's mouth directly.
Yep.
I talked to one of the employees, and they said once they get one set, that's it. They don't get no more after that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And I think some of the stores that don't have a big collector section, they only get maybe get a couple of figures out of the wave, and they divide them up amongst different stores.
That's true. Yes, I've heard that before too. Yes.
Yeah.
So. And let's face it, there's not as many GameStops as there used to be. So it's not like you can drive 2 minutes and find another one. You're going to drive a little bit further, but
yeah, they closed the one in Atala and the one in Fort Payne around here. So you still got the East Gadsden and the Oxford, but that's about it for around here.
Right. And guys, listeners, just as a reminder again, if it's not an exclusive, think long and hard about supporting your local guys, because there's a lot of them around now that can probably your local comic book shop can get you these if they're not exclusive.
Oh yeah.
So think about propping them guys up, because Target can sell 3 million towels a month and be perfectly fine. The little guys need some help. So if it's not an exclusive, think about that. We got the Deep up the Huntsville area. There's Wolf's Den over here in the Gadsden area. I'm sure you guys totally right. And I'm sure your local comic book shop, the comic strip down in Tuscaloosa, guys like that, and further down south in the state, you guys know shops that can get these for you. So this one,
sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, it's okay. Boy.
I was going to look at the price on that too.
Yeah, you're going to be shocked, because it's basically an X-wing size ship. That's I'm waiting for the noise. We'll wait. Hey, there it is.
$100.
Yes,
for this,
for a $35 ship.
3 3/4 inch.
Yeah.
E-wing,
right? And vintage collection. This is a different vintage than what I'm aware of, because I never knew of this vessel at all. So I don't know what they're calling vintage anymore, but
they're mixing in everything now with their vintage collection.
Basically, it's in packaging that looks like the vintage.
That's it, right?
And that's why they call it the vintage collection, because they put it in packaging that looks like the old 80s, 70s, and 80s packaging.
Yeah. So that's a better representation. This thing is not as large actually as an X-wing.
No, I don't think so.
At $100, Star Wars collectors, you guys do what you do. We all do it too. I mean, no matter what it is we collect. But for me, I see a price like that on this particular vessel and be even more thankful I don't do Star Wars anymore, because
tell me about it.
That's rough. $100 for that is rough. I'm feeling for you, Phil, when you get around to watching this, because
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, for sure. You know the what do you call it? It was a FAO Sports exclusive back when episode 1 was out. The big dinosaur looking
the
thing with the
Famba,
shield generator.
the Famba.
Yeah, and it was $100 and it come with a figure and it was huge.
Oh, I had one. I went to
Yeah.
Schwartz in New York and got mine.
Yeah, and now you compare to what's $100 now.
I know.
20
I
years
know.
later.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah, I know.
big difference.
Yeah, this. I mean, I'd like to make a smart aleck comment about this making me feel better about McFarland's prices on that wave, that crisis wave, but it really doesn't, because I'm looking at another thing where, well, it's going to price out a lot of collectors, and there's just no need of that. You know, that $100 for that is too much money, guys. Let's face it, we're getting vamps. We are getting really, really, really nice vamps from Hasbro in 3 months for $100.
Yeah,
this is not $100 toy
with a 6-inch figure.
With a 6-inch figure, right? And tools and gas cans. And yeah, no, this is not $100 figure. I'm sorry, but this one is. Yeah, it's. Yeah, I feel for you guys. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to say it would be a hard pass for me, because that if I was still a Star Wars collector, it would be a real struggle. But and other than that R2 unit, there is no pilot figure with this, correct?
Nope.
Yeah,
the R2 unit's all that comes with it.
Yeah, that's not.
Was this featured in one of the series?
Never saw it.
It was in one of the live action
TV shows. Andor, maybe?
Ahsoka. It was in Ahsoka.
It was in Ahsoka, because I don't remember it, but wait a minute. You're right. Yeah, the New Republic ships. That was yep, you're right. I forgot about that.
So on our right side of the dome on that R2 unit, those teardrop spots, are those supposed to be lightsaber hilts hidden in there? Or is that just some kind of really weird R unit? Because that's not an R2 unit.
It is a, let me see if I can see what it is here. It's a KE4-N4.
Yeah, okay, because it's not an R2 unit. That head is messed up. Don't those kind of look like maybe lights, kyber crystals or something? There's something in there. They look like compartments. They don't look like.
Yeah. Hard to really tell.
Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it?
They kind of. You really can't really, but it could be a possibility. I mean, great possibility.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
with you. I don't see $100 in this thing.
Yeah,
at all.
No, I don't. And we're not being old curmudgeons. It's just like, I think most of you guys would probably agree that $100 for that's a lot.
Now, I used to be a Star Wars guy big time. I was, I collect vintage, everything, and I would not pay $100 for this.
No, it's too much. It's too much. That's collector math. We did that episode a few weeks ago on how some of us have to do our math, and this, boy, you got to look at that and go, I'm sorry, but my collection, my $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 collection is going to have a hole in it.
Especially with no pilot.
It's cheap, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Hasbro's using that new math that nobody seems to know how to do.
Yeah. Oh, that's the truth, right? It's called gimme math, right?
I ain't figured it. I know Marshall's doing it now. You have to draw boxes or something. I can't figure out. I'm like, what is it?
Oh, no.
I give up. I'm like,
Hasbro's doing gimme math, where they say, you have $100, gimme.
Yeah.
That's the end of their equations.
Good to see we're not the only one feeling this.
Yeah.
So, like, well, how much is that? Well, how much money do you have in your wallet? I got $100. That's how much it is.
Right.
How about that? What a coincidence.
Right. Yeah, like the new 3-line tax returns, right? Line 1, what's your name?
Ain't no way I'd
Line 2, how much money do you have? Number 3, send it in.
Who's commenting there? I can't see the comments on
that. That is Timothy. Timothy Patterson. Yeah, no. there's no lights, there's no sound, there's no electronics.
Nothing.
The top of that thing looks like it's, what is it, for going to get groceries or something? Why is there a big open space in the top of that? And no pilot. You couldn't even throw in like a Slim Fast Porkins or something that you guys have laying around. I mean, seriously.
I mean,
anything for a pilot. No, can't
If
do
he
that.
lost a lot of weight, would he have to change his name? I mean, isn't it odd that his name was Porkins and he happened to be a big guy?
It was just coincidental, trust me. Open spot is the passenger seat. That's the rumble seat on there.
yeah.
One spot is a passenger. I guess the droid actually flies it then, probably.
Yeah, that's for sneaking your rebel buddies into the drive-in.
Yeah.
Well, there's a blanket over you.
That's right. Rebel
Hide
Scout.
in the back seat.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. No, $100. No. Nope. And nope.
Me neither. I would definitely pass.
And you know what? For the record, Star Wars collectors, I wouldn't criticize you at all if you chose to, because it's your money and it's your collection.
Yep. Do what you want to do with
it. If it were me, I would be having the same crisis with Hasbro that I'm having right now with McFarlane over that particular price. So
it's not even an exclusive.
Yeah, no,
it's not
interested.
Do you have the exclusive Sabine Wren and Chopper?
I do not.
Is it? Let's see. It's vintage collection.
Yeah, there's.
Can you show me right quick, Shane?
Yeah, give me just 1 second.
I mean, you basically get a 3 3/4 inch figure, a droid, and two little non-articulated things. And look, $49.99 for that.
Yeah.
But it is exclusive. It does say when you go back to
the figures are $20 a piece now, so that's
yeah. But yeah, 20 a piece. That'd be 40, but this is 50.
Yeah.
So you get the two little dogs for 50.
You got to throw in their cats.
Their cat, yeah, whatever them little things are.
Hey, Stephen Rowland's watching. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, it's they're definitely using the new math when they're doing the figuring on this stuff.
Yeah. No, like I said, I'm not going to criticize any collector for spending their money however they want, but for me, from my concern, my real concern is between that and what would happen with McFarlane. We're going to run right up against a hard pass on an awful lot of things just because we're going to be frustrated. And that's what when I said it, I meant it, and I still mean it. You frustrate collectors. That's the worst move a manufacturer can make, is frustrate your customer base. So there's that. And we all know it. So I guess let's, what else did we had some Transformers that popped up there. That was the new HasLab, I take it.
Yeah. This one
HasLab.
It started January 30th is when it started.
Okay. 30-day campaign, I'm guessing.
It ends March 14th.
Oh, yeah. Oh, longer than that. 6-week campaign.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's a little bit longer than that.
Yep.
But it has funded already. Needed 10,000 backers just to fund, and it is already it's already there.
10,000 backers.
Yeah, it's at 11,256 right now.
Boy, the number of backers is going up slowly but surely, isn't it?
32 days left.
I'll say the price point on the Transformers, I can understand them being expensive because designing those things to be able to transform, that's got to be a lot of work to do that. I mean,
and this one is $250 to fund.
How big is it? Do we know?
Yeah, I can tell you just 1 second. We'll flip over here. That is the
robot
Ultra Magnus. You get three Transformers for this. This is Ultra Magnus is the car hauler, and he is 11.5 inches tall. And if you can see on top, this is another Transformer on top of him that is Blue Boats.
Believe
and
it.
he is 5 3/4 inches tall.
Interesting.
And that's what he looks like. And the trailer, both trailers units
Command
of these
center.
vehicles make a command center.
Hmm.
And there's him in his robot mode. And this is the combined of the three.
Oh, okay. I see. So it's like a Constructicon.
Yeah, and when they're combined together, they are 13 3/4 inches tall.
So it's
You only gain 2 inches, really.
Mm-hmm.
so it's got it is Optimus. It's Optimus Prime and
Yes, Ultramagnus.
Ultra Magnus
Ultramagnus.
and that little blue boat or whatever.
Yeah, this is Blue Boat. They all combine to form Omega Prime.
Omega Prime, two legends unite.
Well,
250 though, huh? Yeah, it's like John said. Boy, I got to tell you, it would be fascinating to see start to finish the engineering, the design, the idea, the proposal, the engineering, the quality control, to get an actual transformer done into a shop shelf. If those are more expensive, it makes sense. I mean, to me, and like John said, there's a lot of work that goes into a transformer. So
The tiers are kind of the first tier is a 23.5-inch matrix blade accessory, but the second tier is actually 2 global space bridge display stands, and that's kind of neat to come out with display stands, to go with it.
I guess I'm gonna have to jump over there and look.
Yeah.
Space Bridge stuff, that was post movie, right? Or was it?
Yeah, the space bridge was, or was that in the movie? That was in the movie because they used the space bridge to bring Cybertron to Earth, wasn't
That's
it?
what I thought.
If I remember right.
A 23.5-inch blade for the Omega Prime statue that's only 13 inches tall. That thing is
That's going to be a big blade, isn't it?
that thing is 10 inches longer than the figure. Wow.
mm-hmm.
Oh, that shows him holding it too. Yeah, it's 10 inches taller. Wow.
I thought I had those pictures, but I must have missed them.
Combinable global space bridge display stands. That's interesting. Those are. Did you look at those, John? They're kind of cheesy, actually.
Yeah, they're
Compared to the Spear of Destiny,
the gray part sticking up is what actually they stand on.
Yeah.
The bridge is just basically like a gray plate or something.
Platform, yeah.
Platform, yeah. That's what I said. The tiers. I mean, it's not like you're getting another figure or anything on the tiers.
No.
The tiers are kind of.
And there's only 2 tiers.
Which I don't even know what they've done with the others. Let's see.
Just 2 tiers.
Well, actually, they done stands on the last one too, didn't they? The Victory Saber. No, it had 3 tiers.
Just 2 tiers is strange, though, isn't it?
It had 2 little. The third tier was 2 little mini bots and a shield or something.
Huh.
And then the second tier on it was some stands.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the first tier was blast effects. As you see, right up there.
Well, you know what? G.I. Joe tiers are much better than Transformer tiers.
That was on the Victory
Even if it is Glenda. I mean, Glenda's still better than Blast Effects. Huh. Interesting. I mean, cool looking toy. Cool looking toy.
It hit 26,211 on the funding, 238%.
Wow. Transformers is huge, and you know what? It's worldwide. So, I mean, you got collectors from all over the world that love Transformers in numbers, in huge numbers.
I mean, that kind of looked like the Victor Saber kind of looked like a Voltron type robot.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? This is an Optimus Prime.
Yeah, that's the Optimus. Yeah, that's the Optimus that comes with it.
Huh. Different, huh? Well, I don't know. Huge with huge prices, that's for sure.
Oh, there we go.
So he was a fire truck?
He's in a fire truck. Yeah. A Japanese fire truck.
Yes.
In Cybertron.
Huh.
So there's your dimensions.
Optimus Prime Super Mode, Ultra Magnus, and Autobot Blue Bolt.
Yeah.
So the Optimus was still bigger than Ultra Magnus, huh? Interesting. Yeah. I wonder if they were told to do that.
12 1/4 inches, and then after they combine, they're only 13 3/4 inches.
Wow, I was looking at the first, which was actually the second HasLab they did after the Cell Barge, was the Transformers War for Cybertron Unicron, 27 inches tall. But that thing, the price on it was $574.99.
Yeah.
Wow.
It only got 10,000 back. 10,000 out of 8,000 backers, so it hit the backers by, but it was low number though.
Yeah, so I imagine it's that one is probably because the secondary retailers didn't want anything to do with it because it was just that expensive.
Yeah. Well, the Cell Barge only hit. Well, it says 5,000 plus of 5,000 backers, so I don't know how many people ended up backing it, but it was $500.
It was, yes.
Yeah. That's why those are so expensive when you find them, because there were fewer of them produced.
Yeah, there weren't that many of them. Cool.
It's pretty cool for the Transformer guys.
Yeah.
Which I'm not, so.
Okay, what else we got?
I believe that's all the pictures I have.
Okay. I did see photos of basically a G1 Optimus clone that is in white with Ghostbusters logos on it.
I forgot to download that.
Yeah, I did see that the other day. Like I said, looks like a G1, old style 80s cab over, in white with, like I said, with the Ghostbusters Ecto 1 Optimus Prime type. And I don't remember the details of it, but if you're into either one of those franchises or both, probably ought to check it out if you haven't already.
I'll tell you that what impresses me is those. I know they've got an Optimus, they've got the trailer now, and then they also have a Grimlock that actually
move.
Voice commands will actually transform, and
they are really cool.
$1, but they are very, very nice figures. I mean, it is amazing to watch them transform on their own like that.
Yeah. Talk about engineering, huh? Wow.
And they'll do voice commands, and they'll pose. Like Optimus, you can say attack or whatever, and it's standing in an attack pose. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is other pre-orders for Transformers that we'll look at next week.
Okay. Makes sense.
And there's, like John said, there's some more Star Wars pre-orders out. We'll look at that too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of pre-orders for Star Wars. I may just have to cover them in one show.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of those.
Us Joe guys, another week, not much to be said other than the quick reveals we got last week, and was supposedly getting a fan cast, what do they call those anyways? They're little.
Yes,
they're little
something.
Something, yeah. We're supposedly going to get one of those at the end of the month, right? So maybe us Joe guys will get something then.
I figure that's going to be just showing things that
pre-orders
finished and doing and coming up I'm suspecting the SMS with the Techno Viper will be one of them, because I thought for sure we would have had to pre-order for it by the time his come out.
Yep. So, and we went over last week. You guys can go back and check that out. We went over the lists of reveals that happened last week. Nothing new other than new code names and stuff, and we speculated a little bit on what those might or may or may not be.
I do got the well, I don't have it with me to show. I'll have to show it next week. The prize for the end of the year picks.
Oh yeah.
It's a limited edition print that I got at the Colorado Joe-Con in 2016.
Oh, nice.
It's got signatures of Larry Hama. I can't even remember. There's Larry for the comic. There's one of the toy designers signed it. Voice actor, the one that does Grimlock on the Transformers and does Spirit. What is Spirit and Ripcord? Greg. Oh, what's his last name? He signed it. And then there's I think the toy designer and then the packaging designer from Hasbro. It's got 4 signatures on it. It's about that long. That's
Nice.
I don't really have nowhere to put it, and I thought it would be that would be something.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm
away.
glad I'm way ahead in that contest now.
So
Me too.
so that's what I think I'm gonna offer up for the prize on there.
Cool. That's cool. It's very generous of you.
It's limited to 100 of them. There were only 100 of them. It was for the gold ticket. I actually got a gold ticket when I went to that gold ticket membership, and they had the little dinner there, and we actually talked to them. Like I said, that's been 2016, so I can't even remember.
Yeah, I know, huh? Wow.
It's been a while.
That's cool.
I still got the pictures of Joe's if you want to look through them real quick. Those that might not have seen them.
755, yeah. Yeah, I've only got one other thing I wanted to go over tonight.
Yeah. Hey, Emmeett. Looks like he just woke up.
I hope not.
No, I just took a shower.
Would you fall asleep?
His hair just looked like it was going every which way there or something.
It is. Jinx.
Wonderful.
Yep.
I am so glad they done the unmasked head. I'm really glad they did that.
Yeah, me too.
Did you know it hit right there?
And the blindfold. I like the blindfold too. For everyone that didn't see them, we'll just run through them real quick.
It's better than the blast shield helmet, I guess.
Yeah. A lot better. Roadblock. Awesome roadblock, in my opinion.
Yep.
Awesome accessory for him. Finally glad we got the OG gun. Can I say that on here? So last week I said I really didn't like this extra head that come with this, but now I figured out what it is. It's from the Ninja Force Night Creeper.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
We know we're getting Ninja Force stuff now for sure.
Once you showed that picture the other day, it made perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think nothing about it until then, and we were talking about it being in the upcoming comics and stuff.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh, I've seen that head before.
Yeah.
I said, started to scratch this monkey out, y'all. I just can't stand it. Sorry.
I'll take yours in when you get it because I love it. The monkey's the best part for me.
Well, yeah, just because if you go back and rewatch last week's episode, you're going to get a huge spoiler about that monkey as far as the comic series goes. So just beware.
Yeah, we need
made a monkey with a patch on its eye. How cool!
We need to go over comics next week. And of course, Torch, the best of them all.
Pretty cool.
Mm.
Pretty cool.
We don't want to talk about that again.
We're not going to do that again because that one was
Torch, Naugahyde, Night Creeper,
Tiger Force,
Jinx, and Doc.
Hey, Doc.
I cannot get over why so many people is so up in the air about his sleeves. I'm like, Jinx don't even have sleeves, and they want to complain about Docs. I don't
know. We gotta, you know what? As it is right now, the classified series is not 6-inch versions of OG characters. It's not of OG figures. Sorry, it is 6-inch versions of the characters, not of the figures. They're not intended to be 6-inch remakes of the OG figures. Just because some of them basically are that, great, but not all of them. So
yeah, and you got people, and it's what kills me is a lot of the people that are new collectors.
Yeah.
Well,
we're griping about this that they don't know anything about it for real.
Yeah,
right.
And that's
I'll guarantee you, if the retro carded figures continue going strong, they'll re-release him with long sleeves on the card. He
I'm
probably
sure that,
won't come with a stretcher. He may. I mean, he probably won't come with a vest. He may come with a stretcher, maybe not the vest and all that. But
yeah, you can't not put Doc in a package without a stretcher.
yeah, so
I don't see that one happening.
Yeah, but you know
fits
how
that
it is.
folds up.
You know how this goes,
Yeah.
guys. It's just like, well, my cousin's third neighbor over 5 streets over has a nephew that was a part-time medic in the National Guard, and he said that they'd never wear their sleeves that way.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, okay, basement dweller. Who cares? You know, it's cool.
Well, they
looking
probably
figure.
didn't wear a football jersey out on the battlefield either, but Bazooka
Oh no,
did.
I have personally seen that. Yes, right.
Or a bright yellow jumpsuit while
Yeah.
sucking up toxic air.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I went to the dentist one time, and you'll never guess who was there.
Probably a lot of people have to get the anesthesia, huh?
That's
Yeah.
it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody sees Mindbender after the laughing gas. Right? Yeah, give me a break. I like them. I like them all. I like that entire wave. I'm very happy with those. So,
You guys
As
should
am
be
I.
happy you're not watching the Super Bowl. That halftime show was terrible.
well, we are happy we're not watching the Super Bowl.
Very happy.
No,
Who's
seriously.
doing a halftime show? Tell
But
me.
we believe you. Yeah, we've lived through a lot more of them than you, and they've been bad for longer than you've been alive.
They've been there for a long time.
Bad.
I will never unsee what I saw.
Well,
Mm.
he's growing up, guys.
He's becoming a man.
He can't
They didn't have
unsee.
Janet Jackson back on our did they?
Hey, that was a good one.
All right. Well,
I think I should.
That Super Bowl halftime show was watched more than any of them.
and rewatched and rewatched and rewatched.
Over and over and over.
Yeah. There would be millions and millions of VHS tapes of that if they weren't all worn out.
Exactly.
That whole thing was a scam, anyways, and everybody knows it. So,
Oh yeah.
anyways, what do we got? Jeez, 8:01. We're only going now.
We got a whole nother hour.
Jeez, we got tired.
We need comments. We need people to ask us
Yeah,
questions and things. Come on.
It's so everything's so dry right now, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you go into the toy aisle right now, especially
It
Target,
really is pretty bad.
and it is.
How about we talk about this?
Well, according to Viper Island, it's the end of the line. So I mean, they're
Well, it's been in the line for 4 years now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. When that first Duke came out, that was the end of the line, too.
End of the line. End of the line.
Yeah, those first 4.
Yeah,
boy.
that's just how it went. End of the line. It's over with.
I got a restoration thing that really, to be perfectly honest with you, cost me a considerable amount of money.
Too much.
You still working on that Supergirl?
No. No, I'm not actually, because somebody had rearranged my room and I could not find the air compressor to my brand new airbrush. So the airbrush that I found laying over on the floor in the other corner, I finally found the air compressor. So I will get back to Supergirl at some point in time.
I wonder if it would be that guy standing over your left shoulder.
That would be him.
Hey, how about you open that?
How about no? Have you guys, any of the restoration pages and stuff, have you guys seen anybody recommending this Cerakote ceramic? I saw literally 8 or 10 guys swear by this to restore clouded, scratched canopies, windshield.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I went and I found one. I've been meaning to do it for a while, and I went and I found one. So, and I'm going to be as fair about this as I can, because number one, this product does not advertise use on toys. It doesn't offer any warnings about plastics or anything like that, because these modern headlight lenses are plastic.
It does moderate.
I have to tell you guys, and to be perfectly honest with you, it ruined all of my canopies. It really did. And I followed the directions, which is, you wash with warm water, get it good and dry. Then there are packets in here of this anti-oxidation product, and all of these come in sealed packages inside the package. So you get these oxidation removers. So you rub your pot down real well with that, right? And then you rinse this stuff off. It doesn't chemically cloud. It didn't do anything like that. I will say that they were squeaky clean by the time you get done with this stuff. And then you go and you take the sanding discs, which I will show you. It comes with gloves too, but I got to tell you, be very careful. The gloves aren't great, so you might want to use your own. If you try to use this on headlights, again, don't use it on your canopies. Comes with little sanding discs, 2,000 grit and 3,000 grit. Okay. Just polish them up real good. Everything else. This is when the directions say, now your headlight lenses will be cloudy. And they were, because they're scratched. Even the minuscule little scratches, they're scratched. So, and then there is another packet, and I only have one left, and I'm not sure it's in here, but it looks exactly the same, but it's still, because the label is different. I think that's it right there. You get like 6 of these cleaner. You only get 2 of these ceramic clear coat things. Again, these are towelettes in here that are wet with the chemical. Or in this case, the coating. And you are to just take the wipe, wear your gloves, just make sure, again, it was super critical that everything be absolutely dry, no water, because apparently that ceramic there is hydrophobic. So no water. Everything was bone dry. I'd washed everything off after the sanding, and it's a wet sanding process. So everything's rinsed, everything's clean, everything sat for about 2 hours, perfectly dry, not a spot of moisture on them. Had an old Sky Striker canopy that I had done. Sure enough, zip. It's upstairs, but I will say this: the first piece, that Sky Striker canopy, looks brand new, right? So I had done all the prep work on Dragonfly canopy that was broken. So did that one real quick. Looked great. So it's just like, I'm jumping in, right? This stuff is the greatest thing ever. Sure enough, did all of my canopies. 2 Havocs, a Conquest, another, both windshields off of Ice Wolf, off of it's 10 to 12 canopies up there. Anyways, okay. The Sky Striker canopy is still perfect, but all of a sudden, but now it's too late, right? All of a sudden, I start to notice once the Dragonfly canopy dried, it's streaky. It's chemically streaky, and it didn't fill in all the sanding. And it's just like, oh man, now it's too late. So I'm thinking, well, maybe it was just because the white, this stuff evaporates very, very quickly. So maybe it's just because of that. So I used the second package of the coating, and I wiped them all down just as quickly as I could. Again, by the directions, in one direction, blah 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 blah. They look fantastic when you put the coating on it first, and then you let them dry overnight, and then you realize, nope. Now, to be fair, again, I'm thinking, well, maybe the package was old. So we found another package. We found and I know these were brand new on the shelf here at the Trustville Walmart because they haven't had them for months. So we bought one. I know this product was brand new. We did them again. The canopies are ruined. It's the strangest thing, guys, and I can't show it to you on the camera.
You want me to?
Go grab any one of them. Go grab the Sky Striker canopy and then grab any of the other ones. It doesn't really matter. They're all the same. I really don't know how to describe it. It's almost like it's supposed to fill in all those really, really fine scratches and create a coating. So if you look at these things, they're perfectly smooth. They're shiny, sitting on the counter outside of direct light. They're crystal clear. You pick them up and hold them up to a light. They're all scratched and blotchy, I guess is the best way to put it. Like I said, can you okay, look at this, right? Not in direct light. Looks great, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hit it with the direct light if I
wow,
can.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
See it? You see that one?
Yeah.
Again, it's just weird. They've been sitting on a towel drying in the kitchen. They look fantastic from about 10 feet away. Then you pick them up.
Yep.
I have to tell you guys, this is that Sky Striker canopy.
It doesn't look terrible.
That thing's amazing. Every other piece after that is they're going to do for now, but over time I'm going to have to replace every one of them now. Very, very disappointed. Absolutely nothing I can do about it because that's not what the product is advertised. But I can tell you this right now, and this I will say. I don't know how expensive the headlight assemblies are on your particular automobile, but I can just imagine what they are on my pickup.
Mm-hmm.
There is absolutely no way this product will go anywhere near my vehicle because I cannot see it doing anything other than exactly what it did to these canopies. Streaky, nasty, disgusting mess. So I don't know. Like I said, guys, I read it. 8 or 10 guys swear by this exact product for restoring canopies. No.
Maybe they don't notice the streaks.
$20 a kit. So just don't, because like I said, this is what you get.
I wonder if it's because it's clear, because I've seen some like Havoc canopies. You can't even see through them. They're so dingy looking.
Right.
I wonder if they're going by the fact that you can see through them after they get through. Like, I mean, because you can see through that. But I see what you're talking about too on the streaks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, see, like, here's the thing, Corey. Like I just said, 8 or 10 of the guys in the restoration groups, their strongest recommendation is for this stuff. This is the greatest stuff ever. Blah, 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 blah. The only thing I can think of is they didn't actually use it or it was some kind of troll prank or something because it ruined these canopies.
I've always took my canopies when they got like that, and I would wash them in hot water and soap, and then take them out and use an old toothbrush and toothpaste on them.
Sure,
and
right.
It has always cleared them up just as good, just as pretty as could be. No scratches, no nothing.
Now, this is going to be my next experiment. I'm going to, because this is actually coated now, and it is. I mean, they're like glass smooth. No pun intended. I'm going to actually try to clear coat these, just to see what happens. Because you know what, clear coat may very well fill in all those scratches.
Could possibly do it.
Maybe. Right. I mean, I know I would never try to clear coat one of these without something on them because it doesn't adhere. But no, I'm very, very, very disappointed. Because like I said, I've got about 8 or 10 canopies now that are going to end up being replaced with canopies that were in the same condition that these were when I started. So very disappointed in that product. So you know what? Buyer beware on that one. And
I'm not putting no sandpaper to nothing. Clear.
When you start, and I've done this before, you get into like the 5, 6, and 7,000 grit papers, and you're wet sanding. I mean, it'll polish it clear, but man, it takes forever, and I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced sanding the product that's on this plastic now is a good idea.
Right.
Because I really don't know what it is. So what's going to happen is my stuff will get put back on, and I will keep them out of direct sunlight. Otherwise, it's going to drive me nuts. So that's my buyer beware for the week. Because
Wait, which one will drive you nuts first, me or that?
Oh, you're well on your way, buddy. You're fast tracking it. So so yeah, that's that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And don't do it. So that's the thing. The McGuire's one is the one that's got the sanding disc and everything else for a power for a drill. You can't put power anything to this kind of plastic because it will warp it so fast that you can't do that.
You're gonna heat it up.
It heats it, right? Exactly.
Yeah. And that's something you don't want to do.
Right. So, oh yeah, two tomahawk canopies. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. So there's that. You want the honest truth? The only reason I'm not really flipped out over it is because the only reason I tried this is because they weren't in great shape to begin with. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Right. If they were passable, I would have just left them alone, but they were pretty rough. So I tried, right? The truth is I'm out $40 and the man hours because I'm still gonna pay him. So
got another Target story, baby.
I think you meant for you.
Boy, spell check is getting worse, isn't it?
Bay boy.
Jericho, you've upset him.
Anyways,
I don't know.
So that's
I've always just, like I said, I've always just washed them in hot soapy water with a rag.
Mm-hmm.
And after I pull them out, I dry them off, and then just take a toothbrush with some just regular toothpaste.
Right. Yeah.
Brush it really good because that toothpaste gets in all the cracks and crevices.
Oh yeah, and it's crazy. Yeah.
I've got a Sky Striker one downstairs right now that I've done, and I've done it 4 or 5 years ago, and it still looks great.
Nice.
I mean, it's the same process as the pulling the yellow off the white parts.
Yeah.
That fluoride in the toothpaste pulls that browning off of the canopies because it's clear.
Just another chemical reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the frustrating part with these is that these are scratched. Just from banging into it, just being 40 years old scratched. So that's the frustrating part. All of the scratches are gone.
Mm-hmm.
All the really deep scratches are gone. All the clouding is gone. The discoloration is gone. What I'm looking at is the scratches from the sandpaper that coating is supposed to fill in and smooth over and make disappear, and it doesn't. I'd be curious to see how well it works on plastic that you don't sand. But it tells you to, so I don't. Whatever. That's just buyer beware, guys. Just because you hear it and see it all over these posts and in these pages and stuff, that doesn't make it true. So,
or buy and beware.
There you go. So, John and I met up today and with another collector, another member. Got a few things. I guess I can show you what I got today, right? Why don't you hand me that?
I'll be very gentle.
Please do.
Extremely gentle.
Well, don't be so gentle it doesn't get picked up. How's that?
We've only got 45 minutes.
Sit there and stare at it.
It wasn't gentle at all.
And he dropped something.
One of the missiles fell off. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
Big boy.
This was
Big boy.
really one of the few, and I do mean few, post-88 vehicles that I've actually ever really been interested in. And it's the Rolling Thunder.
Too big.
It's got the two large, I don't know, what would you call them, cluster missiles or something in the center bay.
It's called a cluster missile.
That's why I just said that things are called cluster missiles.
No.
Came with a figure, armadillo figure, and he's in great shape. And I learned something. I thought the little vehicle inside here was called the Armadillo. Actually, the driver is called Armadillo,
Mm-hmm.
It was a tiny vehicle.
which is kind of cool. That's there. He really did give me a great deal. This ramp door on the other side, one of the hinges is busted, which I went on eBay when I got home. It's not a big deal at all. $10, $12, you can get another one without any problems. I ended up missing 2 missiles and half of one of these guns here, but that's it. The rest of everything else is cool. No busted stuff. It's really a cool vehicle.
It's too big.
The antennas are there. All of the seat belts are here. Fantastic.
That's a miracle.
I'm actually very happy to get this vehicle. And no, I will not be doing anything to those windshields. If you were curious, I'm not. So,
It doesn't
You
even
don't test the theory on that.
this one is going to get, well, here's the thing, guys, and you all know it. These toys aren't getting any younger.
No.
That's quite
and
obvious.
I am,
You're not getting any younger.
unless
either.
it's really obvious. You know,
You
know,
may not get any younger.
the same thing is going to be said about him when this camera grows off. You are done aging as of right now.
I'm just waiting for good night, Emmett.
Yeah, good night, Emmeett. I personally, I have to be honest with you. I'm finding myself being less picky about condition, unless it's obviously broken.
Oh yeah.
But if there's a little thing here or there that's hidden on
Like
display,
this.
like John found that.
Like this.
No, that's broken.
That's not very obvious.
There was he found that night landing, the G.I. Joe version of the night landing with torpedo and the inflatable raft, and he had one of those in the bag there today. John found that. There's two friction tabs, I guess is the best way of putting them, on the outboard motor that go down into that hole in the raft itself. One of those was busted off. Now, I know there's people out there that would freak out over that. The fact that you drop that motor on top of that, you never know it, right? It doesn't, unless you flip it upside down, you're never going to know that it's not broken. Things like that for me are, it's getting to be more important to have things, and maybe I'll replace things here and there that might bug me later than it is to just, it has to be absolutely perfectly mint. Well, you know what? I don't know any of us that got that kind of money, because that stuff is drying up fast if it's not in mint in box. And I can just imagine what a mint in box Rolling Thunder would cost you.
Oh,
$3 billion.
What $4,000?
$5,000.
Yeah. I mean, seriously.
Probably, I would say $4,000, probably 2.
Yeah, it's crazy. Either way, not happening.
Yeah.
So,
No.
so I'm very happy with that. Thank you to Shane for that. Hopefully you'll watch this. And
Next time they do something, Shane needs to come because I need to give him that card still.
I done talked about the card. Don't remind me.
we already had that conversation when you were upstairs eating Takis or whatever it was you were doing. Falling asleep in the
I
shower.
wasn't even talking. Sal's can't stand those things.
Okay, so let's do that. What is
Shane Hyde, as a matter of fact, is his name.
Yes. Yep. So, and I put aside a few other things that I hope he does try to work up some numbers. So I may have something to show again in another week or two.
I'm gonna let you read Corey's comment here. He wants to give a little shout out.
Yeah, he's giving his story here.
His happy ending story.
I don't know if I really want to read this then.
No, it's okay. I've read it already.
Oh, okay. Iron Sheik action figure. Oh, I picked up the store. I got the store. They don't have one in stock like the app said.
They made it up by giving me free shipping and handling and shipping it to the store. Good for Target. I tell them they done something right.
Yeah, yeah, cool. Nice.
How much did you say a Emmeett and box Rolling Thunder would go for?
Which
I
one of them?
figured about $2,000.
I figured 4.
I found one that sold box still sealed, and the box don't look like to be in real bad shape. It's got a little ding here and there, and it sold. The final price was $1,328.
Wow, so prices are coming down, aren't
And
they?
$44 shipping on it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That
like
was
the. I'll give a shout out to him. He sold me a Cobra Adder and a GI Joe Mud Fighter today, and I was looking up. They had pieces missing. So I looked up the pieces, and they come down big time.
Yeah, we're getting more reasonable. It's definitely getting to be a buyer's market, which is good.
Yeah.
Bob Hill, Jeff Packer, Adam Leggett. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're enjoying it. So yeah, no, I mean it's definitely prices are getting better.
Yeah.
So, and that's good. And that was hard. Like we're standing there today doing a little bit of really minor negotiating, but it's very hard because I was looking at Rolling Thunder's. What's the last show we went to, guys?
Joe
Joe Lana.
Was it Joe Fest?
Joe Lana.
We were at Joe Lanta in September. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at Rolling Thunders there that were basically the same thing, minus the figure, and they were still $300.
Mm-hmm.
I did not pay $300 for that one today. So,
what'd you pay?
If I wanted everybody to know what I would pay, I would have said that, Emmeett. You don't do that.
What?
I got mine at
Sometimes you don't do that.
the 2007 JoeCon when it was in Atlanta. Back, like I said, 2007. So that was what, 17 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, that's been 17 years. Wow.
Yeah.
I got it for $50.
Yeah.
It didn't have the figure, but it was. It was mint. There wasn't nothing broken on it or anything.
Yeah. So.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely getting to be a buyer's market, which is in my particular instance is cool. So
and hopefully they'll keep on coming down.
Yeah. So let's face it, things like I tell you what, flag prices are dropping quick.
How much?
Flag prices are dropping very, very quick. I will say this: Terradrome prices are going up, which is kind of weird. Now. Why that is, I don't know. Maybe it's because people they want that one big thing, And of big things, the Terradrome is definitely the smallest of the three.
Yeah.
So
people may be downsizing. Because like a 1-bedroom apartment, even over here in Center is like $1,000 a month.
Crazy.
So people may be
not good.
downsizing, and a Terradrome takes up a lot less space than a flag.
Sure does. Takes up a lot less space than a Defiant if you're foolish enough to own one. All right, buddy. Say bye. Goodbye.
Bye.
This is the one that only gives us trouble off camera versus the other one.
I'm right here.
I know you are. No. So yeah, that's cool. And to be perfectly honest with you, other than some figures, there's really, really, really only a handful of things left that I want to get and then finish.
I'm hoping I'll get to go next time we go over that way.
Yeah.
Maybe we can make a weekend of it and go over to Wolf Den. I want to go there and check him out.
Yep.
We're still missing a figure.
We're missing a bunch of figures.
There's one we're definitely missing. G.I. Joe.
We saw one today. We saw a Joe Colton figure today.
Yeah, sure did.
Yep. He was pretty worn out, what he was, but yeah, we did see one today.
No, I mean like one of those convention exclusives.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. That's not missing. That's just unwanted. I don't want that. I don't.
Why don't you want that?
Because I don't.
You should have it.
Nah.
Yes, you should.
Man.
It is funny his perspective on collecting. When you start down that first little itty bitty downgrade, right? where you buy something that you kind of go, I don't really want that, but it's part of the collection. The next thing you know, you're on a skateboard on
That's
grease,
so
headed right for the biggest rabbit hole you ever saw, because then you'll be that guy going, I have to get that visor from South America, and it's only $5,500, dear.
Mhm.
You're right. I mean, no, there's certain, you
Yeah.
got to set limits. I've learned you got to set limits. There's certain things I
Oh, yeah.
want, and the rest of it I don't want.
Yep.
If I can get an international figure cheap, I will. But I'm not going to go looking for some of those that's $3,000-$4,000 for them because
No.
they're so rare.
No.
That Steeler, that Action Force Steeler I got done at Sasquatch back during the summer. That's probably about as far as I'm going to go with the
Right.
the international figures.
Yeah, again, this is one of these times, Emmeett, where you don't tell people what you paid. That wasn't unreasonable.
Yeah.
That wasn't unreasonable. Not for what it was. It really wasn't. The condition and the rarity and your favorite character. That one was more than reasonable, actually.
Oh, yeah.
How about we unbox that?
Unbox what? What?
Huckleman.
No.
You know which Huckleman I'm talking about.
I don't care which Hawkman you're talking about. We're not unboxing either one of them.
What here you want?
3, 2, 1.
Good
Good
night,
night,
Yep.
Emmett.
Bedtime.
It actually is.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not nighttime.
I go to bed
It
at, I
is.
go to bed at night.
It's getting remarkably close to the lights going out. It
It's
really
thirty-
is.
One way or the other.
Yep, you're gonna take a
20
nap here in a
minutes.
minute.
Yeah, gonna be good night Emmeett one way or another. Right?
40 minutes.
Hey, go upstairs, watch the Super Bowl.
I don't want.
Hey, go up there, get me some more of them things that Nancy got me addicted to.
I've made those also.
You eat
I
them
know.
all?
She did.
Who did?
Mima.
No, she did not.
She did.
She did not.
She munched them all down.
She did not.
Oh, we telling her.
I'm going to hear her coming down the stairs here in a minute. Then it'll be night for both of us. I'm kidding. She's not that way. All right.
Oh boy.
I hear you there. So, okay. So here's one. I saw a post tonight, actually, as I was getting ready to come on here. Supposedly at 12 noon tomorrow on the Joe Fest page, they are showing some kind of video that will be, I guess, pretty impactful for the show in a positive way. So anybody that was planning on going to that may want to pay attention to that video tomorrow or catch it after work or whichever it
What
works.
was that on there?
It's the Joe Fest page.
Oh, yeah.
They were going to show a video of some kind. Let me look it up.
I do know they're doing something I don't agree with this year at Joe Fest.
Mhm.
And they're going to have a section dedicated to online streamers. And we don't care about online streamers.
I go to a toy show to look at toys, not
Exactly.
watch online streamers.
Exactly. And we had an incident with one of our members last year down there with these so-called streamers. And all I can say is they better be glad that some of us others wasn't there when it happened. Because it wouldn't have ended the way they hoped it would. Wouldn't have ended the way it ended anyway.
Yeah, that was just these people walk into these places and they got 6 people that watch them on the internet and they think they own the place, and the next thing you know, they're walking around like they're the celebrities and need to do a marching procession like Sergeant Slaughter did or something, and have the trumpets blown and the carpet laid down for, the fat toy guy to talk about stuff. I mean,
The trumpets weren't blown when he showed
not
up.
interested.
His voice stack was blown.
So it says, check out our Facebook page at noon Eastern on 2/12/24 as we leak a short video that will impact 2024 Joe Fest! ! So there you go. What it is, I don't know. For all I know, it has to do with its stupid stick all the influencers over in one spot. I can't imagine anybody spending a whole bunch of time over there.
I
If
don't
they
see
do
anybody
that,
spending
Hopefully
time
that
over there.
spot's out across the parking lot over in another building.
just a Target up the street.
Yeah, I hate for them to take up space for that people can have toys there instead of having them guys.
Or even more celebrities, even more voice actors, stuff like that.
I did see one at Joe Fest that put a limit on how many people could bring Funko Pops this year.
Yeah, they said no more Hot Wheels and no more Funko Pops vendors. They hit their quota here. What, geez,
Yep.
2-3 weeks ago. So
I'm glad of, because when I go to a toy show, I want to see something besides Funko Pops.
Well, it's Joe Fest. It's in the word. It's in the title of the thing. It needs to be Joe Fest.
Yep.
Instead of everything.
Well,
they have Toylanta for that purpose.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
The other thing is that I guess should be kind of deserves to be mentioned as far as the big names, Larry Hama, the guys from Hasbro, the 80s team, Ron Rudat and all that, they're all in Dallas this year.
Yep.
So, and there was, I read a thing the other day that said that all of those guys haven't been in the same place at the same time since one of the big conventions in 2017. So, I don't know. Both shows have said they're expanding next year. So that's positive, right? I mean, for both, either or.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the difference is if you just for this year, because none of us know what next year is going to look like, but for this year, for 2024, between Dallas and Joe Fest. Oh, by the way, they are the exact same weekend.
Mm-hmm.
If you strip away the distance difference, like for instance, from us, it's 5.5 hours to Augusta. It's 9 hours to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
If you strip away the distance difference, I guess it kind of depends which show would be more fun for you is what you go to the show for. If you're going to the show for autographs, to meet people, to see, to sit in on some of the groups or whatever, Dallas would be your show. If you're going to buy, catch, fill some holes, see some cool stuff, whatever, it's got to be Joe Fest. And again, that's this year. I don't know no idea what next year will look like. Of course, we were all laughing and joking about, Shane and I were anyways, that the way things are going, he and I might be in Texas anyways. But anyway,
visiting already.
Yeah. So, there's that anyways, right? I don't know. It's a toss up, right? I mean, let's face it, honestly, if you remove the distance as a factor, it's content. It's because they're two vastly different shows this year. One is very, very vendor heavy, and the other one is information heavy. Is that a good way of putting it?
And I wonder if they're not doing this streamer thing because they couldn't get enough people to come.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
The one I'm looking most forward to.
I think the vendors usually sell out at Joe Fest, though. That's what gets me. I mean, why take up space that you could give to a vendor and give it to one of those guys? I mean,
no, I don't think it's more the vendors. I think it's more or less the guests. Well, I've not seen, as far as I've seen, Sergeant Slaughter is the only one they've announced for Joe Fest so far.
Mm-hmm.
And the Baroness.
And the Baroness. And that's it.
Right. That's it.
That's all I think I've seen.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know. I don't think this this internet influencer stuff is a draw for people. People watch them because they're bored. Does that make you know what I'm saying? They don't have a fan base. No one wants to go meet these people. Let me see about. Let me see if there's anything in Joe Fest's about page. See if they have a guest list.
That's what I was just looking at to see if I seen a guest
That was
list.
me too.
I'm looking forward to mostly Pentacon.
What to expect? See, it's funny in their description. Joe Fest returns 21st, 23rd, 2024. Shop collectibles, comic books, get autographs from artists and celebrities, including Sergeant Slaughter. But that's all it says.
Yeah. Yep, that's all I see too.
Dan Larson, host of Secret Galaxy. Legendary voice actor and writer Morgan Lofting. I don't know who that is, to be perfectly honest.
That's the Baroness.
Okay.
What she voiced the Baroness. I forget who else she was. Oh, they're looking for volunteers. So we're looking for volunteers to assist us June the 21st to the 23rd. We have openings to assist celebrities, media, tech support, customer service, and door support.
I guess they're going to up the security since they had the guy with the machetes in there last year.
Yeah.
The
So
guy that
volunteers
played
will receive a swag bag and VIP admission all weekend. Shifts include 4-hour shifts on Saturday and 2 hours on Friday or Sunday.
I'm looking at.
Oh, but no.
No doubt John would recognize considerably more of these names than I do. But I'm looking at the vendor list as far as their spots go. As it stands right now, there is 185 spots. But of course, vendors have multiple spots, so I don't know how many. Celebrity and Pro Artist Table. Eldridge, DeMoss, J. Earl, Weaver, G. Porter, M. Rushbrook, Total Toy Books, Jason Crosby. That's it.
Oh, they ain't.
It's got a Brian Flynn, owner of Super 7, is going to be there.
Yeah, I just saw that one.
So, of course, Sergeant Slaughter, Brian Hickey. Brian Hickey is a photographer and graphic designer, as well as the Total Action Force books. Brian has designed the packaging for the Sam and Max and Bucky O'Hare toy lines by Boss Fight Studios.
There is, it's funny because typically, guys, everything's social media now. No one updates their web page,
No.
Um,
I'm just not seeing a lot of guests there for that one. Of
That's
course,
because they're all in Dallas.
Horseman Studios.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Skeletron, Marauder. These are their center aisle big hitters. Skeletron, Marauder Gun Runners, Four Horsemen Toy Design, Gridiron Studios, and Super 7. I'm not seeing. Shoot, you guys are gonna hate me, but the GI Joe knockoffs there that Valaverse.
Yeah,
they're not there.
No, they're not there.
They done announced that a long time ago. They weren't.
Oh, that's right too, because of there was some friction between one of these internet guys, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what that deal was?
Mm-hmm.
Vendor / influencer. And
the
they
people
said
for
no.
the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom are going to be there. The Spiro toys. Chicken Fried Toys, which we know a guy that works for them.
Yeah, Spiro toy.
Other than that, that's about all I know.
Let me see.
Longbow. Call sign Longbow. They're going to be there. They're doing the retro style O-ring figures,
Yeah, the exclusive for the con. Or for
Eagle Force.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, the Four Horsemen, when they set up with their Mystic Legions at conventions, they sell like a $49 figure. They sell them for $37.
Yeah.
They sell them at a discount, which I know. I think some of the store owners and all have complained about that they're undercutting their
Mm.
It's their
undercutting
product.
them.
What does it matter?
Do what?
It's their product. What does it matter?
But I mean, they're saying why should I buy your product to sell in my store if you're going to sell it cheaper than I am, and I'm going to be stuck with it while you're selling it cheaper?
It's their product.
But it does make sense. I mean, look at Hasbro; they sell their stuff at the same price that retailers sell. It's more money for them, but you'd think
Yeah,
they
but
would.
it's only at the convention.
Yeah.
I mean, you're there to make money. You're going to do a draw somehow, right?
Yeah.
And that's how you do it. Good business.
See, this, boy, it's very, wow. Let me see. I'm going to scroll down. That's interesting because they don't. They show 46 vendors, but they don't tell you how many. How many spots they each have.
Yeah.
Well,
so several of them's going to have 3 to 4 spots.
Oh yes, yeah, and that's the way it is at Joe Fest. A lot of them are. See, Valaverse is in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Empire Toys is out there. Mm.
And Joe Fest still has a ton of spots open.
Yeah.
Ton.
Yeah, and usually they're sold out. That's what surprises me.
Their vendor spots is whew.
But let's talk about the guest list at Dallas. Larry Hama, Vinny D. Oliva, who was a bigwig at Hasbro back in the day. Kirk Groen, who is a design team member from 89 on. Kurt Kunitz, who was a major player in vehicles from 1984 on. Greg Berntson, who was a designer. He shows the Wolverine, the Pogo, the flag. Frank Cornelius, the Condor, Warthog. Some of the more modern vehicles. Larry Selman, who's some type of artist from the classic line, the 12-inch shows that they did a few years ago.
Right.
Jim Egner, who is he's like a famous collector of the 12-inch stuff. There's a bunch of bums from the internet. Ron Rudat, which is a big name. Kirk Bozagian, who is the big wig for development. You've probably met him, right, John?
Who's that?
This Kirk Bozagian, product manager for boys from 1982 to 1994. Directly managed efforts in R&D for all of the Joe line, which would be
I think he used to do a lot of the Joe cons.
Yeah. Dan Klingen Smith, he does the books there. You know what I'm talking about, the guidebooks. So 501st is going to be there, which is kind of a weird. Chicken Fried Toys, Imperial McCool, Steel City Publishing, Silver Spawns. Now, here's the thing. I don't know for sure, but seems like Mr. Kirkman is. It would only make sense that the new comics make some kind of appearance somewhere at one or the other of these shows. They're certainly not listed yet, but Skybound has to show up at one or the other of these shows.
You'd think so.
Which show would your money be on, Dallas or
Dallas,
Georgia?
Definitely Dallas. I counted them, and they have 36 spots still open at Joe Fest, and they're usually sold out by now.
Yeah, I know.
If
I know.
Dallas sold out.
I saw.
Yeah, I believe Dallas is
I'm
sold
not
out.
sure. Dallas announced that they are doubling their space next year.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they are. I don't know. Yeah, I think if Skybound were to make an appearance, it would be in Dallas.
Just
But I
a
don't
heads
know.
up for anybody that's watching, that's into the Mystic Legions by the Four Horsemen. Apparently, they're on Saturday, February the 24th at 11 o'clock Eastern. They're going to have a sale, and it's going to be, some of the stuff's going to be their final stock. It don't say what the sale prices are, but it lists out some of the figures that they're going to have on their sale. So anybody that's
Does one of
into
them,
the Mystic Legions may want to mark their calendar for that.
does one of them look an awful lot like a moose?
I don't know. I just got a list here.
Oh, it's Elder
And
on the list.
I hadn't even read it yet. I just now found it.
What was the date of the sale?
February the 24th. Be on a Saturday. It said this is the same weekend we will be at ZoloCon selling these products in person. So even if you cannot travel to this amazing event, you will be able to join the Legion's fun of this weekend and score some new figures online. Here are some details. So they're going to have some new ones available that day too, apparently.
Now, was that on their Facebook page?
Yes, this is on their Facebook page.
And what that's Four Horsemen or Mystic?
It's Four Horsemen. Well, this says sourcehorsemen.com. I clicked on a link from Joe Fest and it took me to it. So.
Yeah, that's where it's at. It's sourcehorsemen.com.
Yeah.
Source? What?
Source. If you just put in Four Horsemen toys, they'll pull up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's just as easy, right?
Yeah. It's under the news updates.
Oh, cool, man. I just saw this on the Fan Expo in Texas and Dallas. They're going to have that lightsaber team there. It does all
those guys?
the shows. They're going to be there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Lightsaber team.
Yeah, they do all kinds of. They're all dressed up and as different Jedi Knights and Sith Lords. Pretty cool.
Now, for the record, for those of you that are our groupies and insist on following us everywhere we go, I'm telling you, I know it's a major inconvenience to have to slap you down with your fandom and all, but we have not made a decision where it is that we're going. And you know what? We may really, really mess you up and split up. So I want you all to brace yourselves if you were planning on, packing up the beads and the bags and getting in the bus and following us. We don't know where we're going yet. So,
and that's most weeks, not just that one weekend.
Yes, I'm sitting here and I don't even know where I'm going right now. So yeah, it's all good.
Well, I got one groupie that'll stay with me because basically she'll have the money, so I'll have to take care of it.
I feel that.
In stock sale, Valiant Knight, PowerCon Standard Legion builders, reinforcements, Star Trolls, and more. I just want the moose. I don't.
The moose.
You got a dog.
This shouldn't be that hard. Yeah, my dog is a moose. Huh? Valiant Knight, Waltor the Mad, Waltor. Just call him Walter. I mean,
call him Walter for short.
You guys really ran out on that one, Waltor. Mythic Standard and Cosmic Standard, Vorgus Vermilius, 2 Standard. The Mistros Reinforcements, it's a 2-pack. Deluxe Legion Builders, Entire Wave, All-Star Trolls, plus select figures from the All-Stars 4 and the Lithia Waves. Wow, no purchase limits. That's handy. But no moose. The moose is loose.
The moose.
Huh. Oh, well, I'll go look. You never know, right? The heck time is it? Wow. We did it.
Hey, we did.
And we were.
How many people we still got watching? Did they all leave to go finish the Super Bowl?
Probably.
We were even reasonably entertaining and informative. What do you think about that, guys? We had a lot of new people watching tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it would tell us when they leave, not just when they
show must
pop
have been
in.
boring.
Huh?
Halftime show must have been boring because most of them come on when the halftime show was
Oh,
on.
that's cool, right? But you know what? That was cool. I saw a lot of names tonight that I have not seen before.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I wanted to acknowledge you just so you know we actually do appreciate you watching.
Exactly.
And contribute. That's really all I can say. We're getting much better at paying attention to our comments and stuff. And
be glad to let anybody be on the show when they want to.
well,
Shoot
almost
us
everybody. Yeah.
almost anybody. Shoot us a message, especially new people. We want new people to come on and talk about their collections and show their
Right.
collections, and you know, we need expert like a transformer expert on here sometime. You know, to talk more to this.
Yep.
And you know, other expertise in
Oh
some
yeah,
other things.
yeah, absolutely. You know what we really need to do? We need to set a deadline. We need to do a segment talking about the comics. So we need to set like a spoiler deadline, right?
I was thinking about next weekend.
How about 2 weeks after a book is released, then it's free game, right? We can talk about that.
We can talk about Cobra Commander #1 next weekend.
Yeah, we can talk about Duke 1 and 2.
Duke 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
So how's that? What do you think about that?
Yeah.
2 weeks? 2 weeks seem fair.
That seems good to
And
me.
it's actually because books come out on Wednesdays. We do it that next Sunday. That's 2.5 weeks. A fair spoiler warning that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about books because there's a lot to talk about there.
Yeah.
Especially if you guys read Duke 2, which I did manage to get to my shop this Wednesday, and get my books. Duke 2, the design of one particular character, absolutely 100% screams classified line, and you guys already know who I'm talking about. Right? So we're going to talk about that next week because that will be 2.5 weeks. So we're going to talk about Duke 1 and 2, Transformers 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Those are free. Those are open game because I just got 4 before Duke 2.
Yep.
I don't know if I got 4 yet or not.
Oh, geez. You know, John, you got to catch up here, buddy.
Hurry up, John. and don't forget Void Rivals.
Picks back up. Issue 7 soon, right? I saw a thing on that today.
March. Next month, yeah.
March.
The what are we going to call it? The 301 verse, the Hama verse.
Yeah, the Hamaverse.
I'm not sure we'll talk much about that. That sucker's got that's 40 plus years of history there. I'm not sure. No, you know what? There's one Timothy sent me a private message when this particular issue came out. And he wanted my opinion, which I was very flattered by. He wanted my opinion on a specific panel in that book. And I gave it to him. So you know what? Next week we will talk about that, and it is issue 302. There is a panel in that book that it struck him. It hit him, and it hit me the exact same way. So that will be an interesting conversation because I think you know what. The more I think about that, that's important. Based on a lot of,
I got to catch up on those.
Yeah. No, it's not, there's no spoiler there. Not really. So don't worry about that. There's just something there that I think is important, and maybe give us a little room for some commentary on the state of comics.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple of panels in there that are, boy, just what we need. We just need a whole lot more of it. And Mr. Hama, he nailed it as far as I'm concerned. The writing on it and the artwork couldn't have been a better match. So we'll do that. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Contributors. If you are a Transformers guy, if you're a Star Wars guy, if you have a personality 2 clicks higher than a cardboard box, you'll make out just fine around here.
I mean, we're here.
That's right. You know, we're just we're only one click more than a cardboard box. We're
Look for
looking to
yourself.
advance.
I'm a half.
Right. So, we need contributors. Transformers. What else? Ghostbusters is taking off. Star Wars is always a thing. Believe it or not, I don't know everything there is to know about DC Multiverse. Timothy does, but he's a busy man.
Shocked.
Yeah.
You're my go-to guy. What?
Well, I know a lot about the characters, but that's about it. And to tell you the truth, that's convoluted now. So, Marvel Legends. On and on we go, right? Restoration guys. 3D printing. Wouldn't I give anything to get somebody on here that can talk about 3D printing?
Mm-hmm.
Right? That would be awesome. So let's go. What do you think? 8:59. That's enough for this week, isn't it?
I got 902.
Hey, Shane, turn your mic back on.
I don't want to.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be. Did you guys see Emmeett leave the room? Because I sure didn't. I got to be sure he's not hiding under the table back here or something. Hey, another great week. Another fun show. Hopefully there's cool stuff to show you next week. Talk about besides comics, right? So
thanks again to Shane Hyde for letting us come look through his stuff. So.
Yep, that was a good time. So there's that.
Have a good night, everyone.
What's that?
I said, have a good night, guys.
Yeah, have a good week.
Everybody out in Facebook land, YouTube land.
Yep. Good night, guys.
Good night.